All right, so today we are continuing to work on GraphQL and Rust. So I guess our first thing is we need to go ahead and open these up. I go find, let's see. Yeah, we're exploring Hasura and Postgres, part of this one. And I guess like I could add Rust in there too, because that's kind of what we're doing. So last time we got a Rust query happening to our GraphQL API that's sitting on top of Postgres. And now it's time for us to get a mutation going. I don't need you. We need to get you all set up again. Okay, so once that starts all running, we'll be able to then start running Rust stuff, which I guess I don't might be good to run in here. I'll also need to set up actual like Rust running. So let's go ahead. Oh, sorry, Hasura running. So want Firefox Dev Edition. Every time I sort of reset this, I have to come back in and start tracking all of these tables, which of course I only need to do in development side, but it's still a little bit annoying. I haven't figured out how to like behind the scenes say like, hey, track all these things yet. Maybe someday we'll get there. All right, so what do I want to do? I want to now run our Rest stuff and make sure that this is running the sort of way we expect it to. So if I remember correctly, we're doing some queries and we're doing some debugs. Sort of like remind ourselves. It's been a week. So let's see. We have this struct which lists the stores. We have a custom type. Money to basically say, hey, you're a string. We also have a struct item, which is not a GraphQL thing, which is interesting. I guess we have these queries, which are .graphql files, which then sort of like basically show what these are. They're the queries that we're sort of grabbing and then utilizing inside of main here. Okay, so we could do get stores, get items. So in main, we get the GraphQL URI, the key. We then get the stores. And we get the items, like two different things. I don't think. Yeah, right now we're just like calling get stores. I don't really think we're doing anything with it. We might be debugging it inside of here. So here's get stores. Yeah, we're not doing a debug with it. So therefore, nothing's going to happen with it. But we're going to take a look at our items. So let's go ahead and run this. And here we can see, here are our items. Okay, great. Nice to sort of like have here. What I want to do is now do a mutate, because we've done a query and we can even get, I mean, just like GraphQL lets us get things that are behind references really easily. now I want to do a mutation. So let's say that I don't want to buy these studio lights from Amazon. Let's say I want to buy them from, I don't know, Home Depot. Maybe they sell them. So we do need stores for that. Let's explore the database really quickly. What stores do we have? So if I create a new query, stores, just give me the name. Here's our 3 stores. So I want to add a store. I want to add Home Depot, which is going to be a mutation. So what's that going to look like? We're going to insert stores. I'm not going to insert the ID. That should automatically be given to me. So name is going to be Depot, let's say. I'm not going to add in items right now, but I totally could. There's no I don't know if I need to do any conflict. I'll just be returning, give me the ID, and give me that name back again. So let's do a test really quickly. I'll do maybe like light store. If I run that, we then see, okay, it's now ID 4 we get back and the light store. Perfect. So then this mutation I want to save. And we want to create that in our queries. I do wonder, do I want to create another folder here? Mutations. Not in there. Not in there either. There we go. And in here we'll do create store. Now, this is great and all, but I need to use a variable here. So we are currently using GraphQL client. Let's go see if we can find GraphQL client to see how we do, how do we like pass in variables? This doesn't really give an examples here, but maybe we can go take a look at their examples and see a mutation. Well, what do you know? They're using Hasura. Let's actually use the one from Hasura then. Let's see. Examples. Okay, so this is a mutation that they put in a query. Okay. Oh, okay. So issues, issue, insert input with a bang here. Oh no, and then just dollar that. So those are the variables then. I don't know what the exclamation point is. But update columns, okay. That objects, issues, okay. So then when we're calling that in, okay, so here's our variables. So variables, issues with that. Okay, and then it's just sort of what we want. Okay, we can, I think we can do something like this. So it looks to me like dollar and then the name, like some word, is a variable. So looking back at this, our name, I think then in this case, we say the name is going to be dollar name. And then I think we're done in here. Come back to source. And we'll start over again down here. So here's our struct list stores. I use this query path. So I think we'll be copying you. Okay, so derive GraphQL query. Schema path is to the same schema as everything else, but then here we're going to go into mutations. Create store. Response derives debug. That should be fine. And then I don't want you to be list stores. I want you to be maybe like create store. It doesn't like this at all. Oh, the struct name. Right, I forgot. These have to match this. So this is going to be store. Struct name to define operation of the query file. Operations my mutation. Well, I just changed that. It's pretty unhappy now. I don't see anything else that I need to do with this. Then we're going to have our function, right? The function is going to be the async function to utilize this. So we're going to have async function create store. We're going to get, right, we're going to pass in the URI and the key and probably the name of the store you want to create. So URI, you're just a stir and a key is a stir too. And then the store name is, we'll just call this a name, and you can be, we'll just do a stir, but I think we're going to have to turn it into a string at some point in time. You are going to return a result, which then has this like vec of whatever is coming back. So do a result. What type of result are you? Okay, core result. I don't know what you are coming out as. Maybe we don't have to say anything right this second. And then you are going to be this box dyn standard error. And actually, I do know what I want to get back. I want to get back a store object, which I don't think we necessarily have a struct for a store. Yeah, let's not worry about that right this second. And we have you. We'll go ahead and put an OK in there right now to make you happy. You're still all really upset. I've saved you. So you're still in. Okay, so query schema, that should be fine. Yeah, so like, I wonder if I need to restart Best Analyzer for this. Okay. Now, inside of here, looking at our previous items, we would get a result, which is going to be a response. This response is a GraphQL client response. It takes in the data, so we have to tell it what the response data we're getting back is, which is going to be this, okay, list all items response data. Then it's going to be equal to request client new. Okay, we're going to start with that. And you are going to be this response. We have to give it the type that we're getting back here, which is going to be this so this is going to be this create store. Is it underscores? Oh, it is. So it is this create store. Now, that's probably a problem right here. We probably don't want to use this. So like create store function for right now. Hello, request. Apparently, yes, this library is documentation is suggesting request. I don't know if that's like a hard requirement, but it worked with the queries. So now we're gonna try with the mutations. Okay, so then off of there, we want just this response data. So that. Oh, and that is a type. It's not an equal sign. So set the type to you. And we're going to do this request client new. Then are we going to put anything off of? Yeah, then we're okay. Then we do this post. We pass in the URI. We have to do like the headers to get the to add in the secret. So post just to the URI, then headers, key and value. So the key is going to be this. Sir actually tells us what the key is, which is this thing right here. The value is going to be, well, the key. So, okay, we get that. Then we have to do .json, and then we do this build query. Oh, and then we have to tell it the variables. So we have to create the variables before we start doing this. So let's do that now. So variables are being, off of list. Okay, so it's going to be this create store. So variables, I guess I have to manually create it like this. And I suppose that it figures out what this needs to be from the query. So just name, I'm guessing. So would that just be name? And then I want you to be no such field. Okay, cool. This isn't like that, or Rust Analyzer doesn't really sort of get it. One of those two. Okay. Also, no such field stir. Does that mean you have to be a string? No. Okay, can I see what fields you have? Not really helpful. Okay, can I do something like this and just debug what this is? So debug variables. Okay, so if I do that, now I want to run this create store function. Let's just go ahead, we'll grab this information, we'll ignore all of you. Let's see. We have to await you, and then we can unwrap you. Let's see what this gets us. Hey, there totally is a name. I think. Oh wait, no, there's not. I'm looking at the wrong thing. Let's see. The trait debug is not implemented for create store variables. Oh, so I can't debug that. When I failed to supply it the three things. So that's not great either. So what do you need? You need the URI. The GraphQL key. And the name. So we'll just do that. All right, so now, so we're in the macro format args. And, okay, so let's try setting the name and then rerunning that and just sort of like, I guess we can't debug this, which is unfortunate because we can't get any insight into it. But can I just say name is, I guess name. Yeah, okay, so it doesn't have name in the field, which is unfortunate. Let's go back to the documentation and see if we can find anything for using these variables. So here's these variables. Now they have two things in here, issues and update columns. Oh, is that where you set what the variables are? Okay, so issues, update columns. Okay, it's at the beginning of this mutation like that. Interesting, okay. Now, I know that you can do variables in actual GraphQL too, so I'm thinking that in here I would do $name. Okay, I want you to be a string. Which is just, okay, colon, string, bang. And that would be it. And then my query variables here, would I do something like JSON? So what are you upset about? Oh, expected name. How do I do that? Because I want this to be basically this name. Example ampersand. Oh, is it ampersand? Or question mark? Ooh. They have $issues and $update columns, and they show this, which I guess is a type. Is this one? Yeah, exam. Hi. What? Hey. Let's see. Oh, okay. So in the mutation here, so I have mutation, name the mutation. Well, yeah. Okay. So this is in the parentheses inside of here, right? So I have like $. Okay, that's what they have there. Okay, I got it. So like that. Then I can do $name is a string, I think. Oh, that immediately went away. So if what are you upset about? Name is never used. Okay, so then in here, I don't need like the string around it. I can just use $name. There we go. Okay, cool. Thank you, Yaya, and thank you, Nathaniel Bumpo. Yeah, I wasn't seeing the pattern of like the parentheses for some reason. I was just seeing everything other than that. So sorry about that. Let's come back to here and now implement that now that we know what we're doing. So here we're going to have open close parentheses. We have our name, and this is going to be a string. So I guess if we need to make like custom types, we'll have to deal with that later. Right now, it's going to be pretty easy. It's just a string. So now if I do that, we come back to main. So now name should be in here. So name colon name, except I bet this is going to have to be a string, isn't it? Okay, mismatch types. Should I do like name.toOwned? No such variable still. Let me run the real one. Oh, it compiled. So that one is just Rust Analyzer freaking out for no good reason. So we need to restart that again. You want this one? I'm running out of things to throw for Zilby. Okay, so what am I doing? We're doing a post, we do the header, and I think the next thing is JSON. And then, okay, we do this build query and we pass in the variables. So that JSON, this is gonna be the create store build query. Oh, in this case, it's the entire, okay, it's the big. It's not whatever this is created from the macro. Instead, this is the create store, build query off of that, pass in those variables. Now you have to be a reference. You have to be a reference. Okay. You take, okay, in those, you get a query body back. Then we can send it. We'll await it. We get the JSON back. We await it again. And I guess that's our result. Maybe we can take a look at that. So we have to send. We'll await. I think we have to unwrap it, or can I question mark it? Oh, we can question mark it. So question mark you. We'll do another .json. It's not another wait, right? It is another wait. And I think that's it. That gives us a response here. And I think we can just debug this now. So debug our result. Let's see what happens. All right, so our result response, we got, okay, so it's a sum with the response data. We have insert stores, ID 6, and we put in Home Depot. Perfect. Hi. You left all your toys over there. I'm running out of toys to throw for you. Okay. Well, this is a good sign. So if I now want to insert an item for this, I guess like now that we have Home Depot and I want to now mutate and change one of the items, because that's the other thing, right? Like that would be inserting. How about like an actual update? So in a mutation, let's say we want to update item store. Now, what I don't know is how specific I would want these queries to be or mutations to be. Hi. Oh, you're just here for the pile of toys on the desk. Okay, okay. All right, so let's go back to Hasura and take a look at how we would want to do this. So I want to create a new mutation. This mutation we're going to name update store. In this case, I want to update an item. Now, I can update the items, or I can update item by primary key, which is basically an update one. We probably want to do update items by primary key, so we need the ID of this one. So let's do that 5 that we created, where it's like the store name is testing. So, oh wait, no, the items. Ooh. Items. So we have 3 items in here. Let's update celery. So we're going to do update items of 2. 2. And actually, maybe instead of like doing that, here I'll set you. We'll update you to use variables because that's going to be more important. And let's see. We then want to set the store ID to be a new store ID. Maybe name and price stays the same. Now returning, just give me back everything. The ID, the name, the price, and the store name. Okay, so I want you to be, we want the ID, so this would be the item ID is an integer. And we want the store ID. I don't know if it's actually integer or int or what. Then here we're going to update you to just be the ID. You are going to be the store ID. Okay, so that kind of makes you happy, but you're unhappy. Unknown type. Do I have a list of types? The other one is capital S. Let's try integer. Oh, it doesn't like that either. How about int? Variable ID of type int used in position expecting type items. Oh, items PK columns input. Oh, okay. So that's okay. So items primary key columns input. So it's really taking like the type of that other one. So items primary key columns input. Yeah, so then you would be, without looking at it, item stores primary key columns input. Store ID of type stores, primary key used in position expecting type int. Okay, in this one, it's int. Okay. So you want to be an int, you actually need to be the primary key, whatever that is, which in this case happens to be an integer, but it doesn't know that. Okay, so then we use you, we have to set you. Or maybe I don't. This is our update items. Okay, so we have update store. We've taken the ID and the store ID as variables. We then update that and get all this information back. Okay. What from items PK columns input? Good question. Like, what is this from? So without my really understanding what's going on, my guess, then let's see if we can actually figure it out for real. My guess is this saying, okay, in table items, look at the primary key column and get me the input of that. Seems overly verbose for like that explanation. Like, it's an integer. But if we go to our data and we take a look in items, our primary key is the ID and they're integers. So is store ID though, but I can't tell it just like, hey, be integers. Apparently I have to say like, be that long string. Now, is there... Are there like type things that I can do? I vaguely remember that there's types. Need to learn more? Absolutely. There's these actions. Oh, okay, so we can do custom types. I guess I kind of want to know what that is, because I want to be able to predict when to use that special type. So what is this full type? Is this items, okay, PK columns input. So GraphQL type PK columns input. It's not 6 results. That's not great. Okay, GraphQL. Let's see. Primary key type. You can go just straight to GraphQL. Okay, so they use the GraphQL schema language, which has its own types. That's where we have like string, for example. But we've been using scalar types. Okay, so int is a signed 32-bit integer. I mean, this all makes sense. ID is a special type. Okay, there's enums. There's also interfaces. Okay. I mean, that's pretty... That's pretty, what's it called? That's fairly in-depth for like what I was expecting to. Input types. In the GraphQL schema language, input types look exactly the same as regular object types, but with the keyword input instead of type. Oh, but those are like custom types. Maybe variables. String without bang. Did I not use a bang in that one? I do have a bang in it though. If I take that away, it's really unhappy. So I need the bang. So what I'm doing right now is I'm sort of like scanning through this, looking for something that's like as complicated as that type that we see inside of the Hasura. But so far, I haven't seen anything. In int and string in the last example, was it this one or the previous one? That might have been the previous one, right? Go back there. Last example. This one. Oh, right here, input, okay. Input, review input, commentary string. You know, so Hasura has this entire Voyager thing. Let's take a look at this. Now this is like, okay. Sorry everybody, but Hasura really is not compatible with our dark mode. So I have to turn off dark mode with this. So, but I don't want to always do localhost. Okay. Sorry. I can. Okay, so we have our query root. So we have items, which are these items here. And we're looking for items pk columns input. So in items, that takes us to here. pk would be this. Okay, so that's not really helpful. Although there's these items aggregate too. There's interesting things in here, but not really what I want. So I don't see like an items PK. So items gets me that. Oh, and just looking through this list on the left, there's no items PK. There's like query root items by PK. But this specific thing doesn't seem to exist. Which makes me wonder if that's a like specially created by Hasura behind the scenes and it's like hidden from us. PK is reserved. Even inside of something like this, like it's just one long string, or the underscore is separated out and there are different variables that are like sort of working together, perhaps. Maybe. It still feels a little bit strange to me. Let's see if we can find this. Let's do mutations. I mean, really what I want to do is variables. Potentially, I wonder if it's a I wonder if it's a mutation thing or if it's just a purely variable thing. None of those is updating. They're just manually throwing this in there, but even when they're using variables, where's the ID? Or is the primary key like a rating? That doesn't make sense. Oh, all the updates are together. Okay, I missed that. PK might be complicated. Yeah, a lot of this. Oh, here, look at that. Okay, here's this. Article PK column input. Oh, okay. They don't show this. They unfortunately don't show an example of this using variables. But here, the auto-generated schema for the update mutation looks like the following. So, single object update is this type. So, name of the table, PK, columns, input. Looks like this is fairly new too. Is there, so Explorer's thing on the left. Explorer, Code Explorer, Voyager is what we're looking at over here. Well, okay. REST derive action. Oh, and okay, analyze. Get rid of you. Only queries can be explained. Great. I don't want to do a new action based upon this. Okay, that's not really helpful. Schema primary key. Yeah, that's my guess is like, okay, so the schema is like to predict where this is. It seems to only be used for updating one thing by the primary key. And since, of course, a primary key can be multiple things. So like in Postgres, we can set the primary key to be an integer, a string, whatever we want. It has to be unique. But we can also do something really silly or not silly, depending upon what we're doing, because sometimes you want to have your join table be not have an ID, but really have just the value of all the columns together are the primary key. They need to be unique. In which case the ID would be a combination of all of them together. That might be interesting. Like that might be why this is this way, is because it doesn't know what that type is until like it needs to do the thing. That's a guess. I don't know if that's true or not though. What are some ways we can play around with this, sort of like to try it out? I don't know if I really need to. We can create a new schema here. Schema name. What are we going to call this? We're going to call test union. Oh, I want a new table. Never mind. Delete that schema. I want a new table. There it is. Table name. Test union. Okay, so columns. What if I want to do something like I want a column of like items and stores. So as if this is going to be like a many to many for some reason. So we want items, stores, column type. So for item stores, this is going to be I think just an integer. And then we're going to have, oh wait, columns. Test union. We're going to have item ID, store ID. You're also an integer. Then, okay, primary key is both item ID and store ID together. Foreign key. Okay, so foreign key items from column item ID reference to items ID. Sure, we'll cascade. Save that. But then also I want stores, store ID goes to ID, cascade. I don't think I need unique keys or constraints. Okay, so we're gonna add this table. So now we have this test union here. So now we can add in things between both of them. So manually, I might say something like, I want my studio lights to be associated with both Amazon and Home Depot, right? So that would be 2 rows for that. So we're gonna insert into test unions. I want to insert item ID is 1. Store ID is, oh, I already forgot what it was. So studio lights, Amazon 1. So 1 and 1 here. Okay, now I want to do it again. So I want 1 and 6. Okay, so given that, head back to an API. I can go back to dark mode on this. Okay, so we have our test union. I want to do test union, give me oh, you don't let me get the stuff in there. Okay, so maybe items. Usually at this point in time, I would query the test union. But I'm just getting the IDs back. That's not helpful. Oh, I have to track them. Now, okay, here we go. Now test union, I can get the item. So give me the name, give me the store name. So if I run this, we now see, okay, here's studio lights. That is in store Amazon and also the studio lights in Home Depot. Okay. So if I wanted to do the update, because like the big question here is like, I want to do an update through test union. Update. Oh, and I realize I'm probably in a way, aren't I? Oh, that was the wrong. That's not me. I'll go right there. At least 10 minutes. Well, thank you for hanging out. I should be still online in 10 minutes, so I'll see you when you get back. Oh, my tea's cold now. That's not good. Okay, so I want to do an update for this. I want to update the test union. Also, I think this is like super small now. I accidentally reset that. Let's go back to this. I'll update. Get back over there. Okay. Oh, and you are going to update everything. So if I wanted to do update test union by primary key, our primary key columns are this store. Okay, we do that. I want to then change the item ID name, let's say. Oh, wait, no, that's returning. We then want to set, and I can only do these, right? So like set the store ID. So if I have the item ID, then I have the store ID. The item ID, I believe, is going to be this special thing, right? So we're going to have items dot. Oh, I forgot what it was already. Items dot. No, items underscore. So I don't think it's going to be an int. Even though I would think that it should be an int. Okay, not used. Actually, these are happy to be ints, apparently. Oh, and you must return something. Okay, so here, we'll update, give us back the name of the item and the name of the store back. For this query, let's give you item ID. So that way we can make sure we're updating the right thing. Let's also add in the sort of like the new, so new store ID. It's going to be an int. Set u to be new store ID. This isn't upsetted at all, which feels like it should be upset for some reason. Okay, so item ID, let's say that we're going to do the studio lights again, so you're 1. We also have store ID. We're going to change it from Amazon, let's say, so 1. And we're going to have the new store ID. Let's just say it's number 2, whatever that is. So now if I run this second mutation, there, okay, I'm now going to buy studio lights from a grocery store. That wasn't what I was expecting. I was expecting it to make us do the same thing we had to do when we did the update test union, update like a single thing by primary key. But I guess when you have multiple columns making up the primary key, that's no longer a thing. It just feels odd to me. But I'm not going to worry about it too much. It does tell us exactly what we need to do, so it's not that big of a deal. It is just a little bit hard to sort of like imagine like what do I want to do for this? So okay, back to this. We have our GraphQL file here. So we're going to update the store through code now. So we have our ID coming in, which is this items primary key columns input, as opposed to an int. And then the store ID, we have our primary key column. Oh, is that why? Interesting. Okay, so update items of our primary key. We have the primary key columns, which is just this ID, and we're going to set it to be the store ID and then give us this stuff back. Okay, so save you, back to main. Let's try this again now. So first of all, we need all of this stuff. We're going to have a struct. And this is going to be mutations update item. And we notice that this has to be update store. No, update. Oh, item store. Okay, there you go. You're happy with this now. Then we have this function we're going to create. So this is going to be update item store. We'll take in the URI, the key, and the new store, right? So the new store ID, which is gonna be an I32. Then we're gonna have this entire box thing, and the box is just a Dyn-centered error. That's all. All right, so first up, we have to create those variables. Which is going to be this update store variables. And we know inside of this, we're going to have ID and store ID. So the ID is, let's just do that one again. Actually, no, this is, what are we going to update? So this is going to be the ID. Call this like the item ID. Now I am curious about this because I'm saying, hey, you're being an I32, you are this, whatever that is. I wonder if I'm going to have to give that a custom type. So item ID is going to be this item ID. And then we have the store ID. It's going to be the new store ID. Okay, that's going to be fine. You seem to be happy with that. So, oh, no, you're not. Expected struct. Oh, okay, so it expected an entire struct. Items PK columns input. So hold on. Update store. Items PK columns input. Oh, ID is item ID. Okay. What are you upset about? Oh, expected an I64. Okay, fine. You can be an I64. There we go. Okay. So now we're going to do the entire thing. So let result equals, it's going to be, no, type. The type is going to be this response that we already have inside of here. The response type is going to be our update store response data. We're going to do a request client new. We're going to do a post to this URI. We have to set the headers. So a header is going to be whatever this thing is. And the value is going to be the key. Okay. I think then we can just go ahead. Oh, no, we need to do JSON. And this is going to be the update store. Oh, no, it's not. Okay. I keep on. It's not really update store off that. It's going to be this update store build query, pass it into variables. Then we're going to send it. We await, question mark that, get JSON back, await, question mark that. And I think we're done. We now have this response, and we should be able to, we could return it, for example, or more likely we can just debug this. So let's debug the result. You're being used. Okay. Oh, you're kind of not, because update item store. So we have this update item store. We pass it in the GraphQL URI key. Okay, the item ID. In this case, we're gonna just pass it in a hard-coded 1, but we could easily do another query to sort of like grab this from something else, especially if we're doing something on like a back end, maybe like a front end is passing in that ID that we want to update to us. And that sort of like would be the next step for this, right? Is to create like an API that a front end could hit. Maybe something like with Rocket. Okay, so then our new store ID, what we want to change it to. So let's take a look at what we've set our database to be now. Oh, test union. Oh, I don't need any of this stuff anymore. Hold on, reset you. I want query, scoop items, give me just all the stuff. I don't need the test unions anymore. Oh, apparently I can't have something sitting in query variables unless it's actually available. That's what that was. Okay, so we're changing ID of one of the items, and we're going to be setting it to something else. Right now it's set to Amazon, so number 1. Let's set it to number 6. So new store ID is going to be 6. We await this, and then we unwrap you. Hello, welcome back. And then I guess we're just gonna run you. Okay, so what we got back, we got the update items by primary key. Okay, so Studio Lights are now, is now corresponding to Home Depot. Perfect. That's exactly what we were going for. So it looks like it's fairly trivial to like add into Rust. This GraphQL client allows us pretty easily to now just start using it. Like do CRUD app operations on stuff in a Postgres database through GraphQL, which is really nice. So I've been thinking about the use case of like the architecture of an app. And one of the reasons I've been sort of like playing around with this is because on like my side time off stream, I've been learning AWS stuff, mostly because I need to learn it for work purposes, since our AWS person is gone. And that's becoming me now. But it's fine. I enjoy learning this type of stuff. But I want to like also use that personally here. I want to create maybe like a Brooks Builds website, host on AWS, maybe use something with like something with databases. I really like Hasura and GraphQL, but I did notice that a lot of examples are having you embed this API key in just straight up in the front end here. For example, if we head to Apollo, Apollo.js, Apollo.js wants is basically a GraphQL client that lives in the browser, and then you run it through like React or Vue or whatever. And then it basically sends the messages straight to the GraphQL API and then does that entire thing. That feels really bad because I have to then put this key inside of the code, like hard code it. Or if it's not hard coded, when it gets built, like npm build or something, that code is still in there, which is in the binary, which is sitting there on the server. Now, okay, I control the server, so that's not too bad there. But now it's basically when I send it on up to you, the client, you just get this. You just get this. If you want to, you can now access it easily, which doesn't seem right. I'm not super thrilled about that because, I mean, anybody can mutate on anything in here. I don't like this. So my thought on this is have like a proxy server, and that could be where like Rust comes in, right? We could have a Rust proxy API server that sits between the GraphQL database and the front end. It runs the requests, sends them to the API, which then sends them to Hasura, and then like just sort of responds back. Does that make sense? I don't know. Would it make more sense to potentially like have these auto updated, and then I can have like somebody authenticate into here? Maybe. Is there like any documentation on like authentication? So authentication is handled outside of Hasura, so that's not really helpful. What's this security? Oh, that's just a vulnerability from them. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, it just like it feels that there's security problems when storing and putting this API key and letting the front end have access to it. Let's see, what is it called? Freehand. Let's go back to Freehand and take a look at it. Okay, hold on. Give me 1 second. Oh, wow. Okay. It really, Freehand does not like dark mode on this, but unfortunately, I don't think there's like a natural dark mode. So we're just gonna go with this for now. All right. So let's see. There's text. Here's squares. So imagine we have our database. We'll make this purple here. So here's our Postgres DB. Oh, fine. Text. Postgres DB, and you can be. There's no white. So here would be our Postgres database. We want this like nice and protected way out here. You're going to be, imagine if this was something like AWS, it would be like it may be in a subnet group that has no access to the internet whatsoever. Now, in most applications that I've seen, the sort of like suggested way is we have clients. So this would be some like a client, like a web browser, web client. Now that's sitting inside that's usually sitting inside like a notebook or a phone or a desktop. Either way, it is not under our control. It is somewhere else. Somebody can inspect all that code, could grab the keys, and then do whatever they want. But the other problem is because they are, they're just sort of like out there doing their own thing. We'll just say like there's our cloud line. They get a direct connection into here. Hi, you brought a mouse. Here. That was not the high energy chase that I was expecting. I guess it wouldn't be directly into the database. We have Hasura, right? Like there is a Hasura, which is a GraphQL API. You are, let's just say you're a green. You sit here in a VP, in a, it's not a VPC, it's a a subnet that is accessible to the internet. So you access you directly. You then do this entire thing. That's a huge problem because anybody with this key can now ask Hasura to mutate the database and it just happens. So my suggestion is to add one more layer inside of here. We'll make you that whatever color this is. So this would have to be like our proxy. And this will, in our case, probably be like Rust, but it would have auth, right? Like we need to be able to like log in to get key. Like, so do I want to do something like you log in to get a key? No, because if you log in to get a key and the key isn't changing, yeah, it's just a proxy. It's just a proxy with okay. This is what it is. Login to get key. That key is going to be stored in the database. And so now here's what it would look like. We now say you do this to log in. You log in and you get a key in return. Log in to get key. Notably, this is not the same key as this. This is just a temporary key that's like created right now. It's a session key essentially. Then you do it again, and you can send a request. So request with key. You then make that request here if and only if it passes, like they have the key. And maybe even like the login part probably has to hit Hasura because we're going to store like login stuff inside of here. So in that case, we go there. So anybody hitting Hasura, we assume you have permission to do so. We can't really stop that. The proxy here is got to be our gatekeeper. So that means we're going to have another block here. So, okay. Private cannot be accessed from the internet. Public can be accessed And then this is just internet. Logical GraphQL API is just DB to API. Yeah, I know. Now, the negative to this is, and then like the reason why I see so many people really excited about using GraphQL on the front end is because the front end can well request, here's what I want to get. The front end gets to write the API queries, like the GraphQL queries. And this may be a problem to us if we're using Rust, because GraphQL API wants us to, GraphQL client in Rust wants to know what that is at compile time, which is an issue. If like the code for the front end wants to be able to say, hey, I want to like now get the ID from this. Well, too bad. You're getting what the back end is, what this back end is suggesting that you're going to get, which is just unfortunate. It's not like completely removing a lot of power from GraphQL, but it's certainly not giving us the benefit from the front end of it either. Now, the power of Apollo, I can use like Apollo with Node.js, for example, and well, it's not a compiled language. It's not a statically compiled language. I don't need to like compile it ahead of time with all the potential queries we might use and deal with that. Hi. Oh, you can't see all of Zilby. Ball. Okay. What are the advantages of using Rust in a backend? So it's interesting. Rust is like speed, sure, yeah. Although there's like the sometimes like the question of like, does the speed make sense in like this context? Because 99% of the time when we're talking about like web development, we're waiting on this, the database, and it doesn't really matter how fast my server is if I still have to wait for a long time for this. Like if I use, I don't know, what's like a really slow, let's say we use Ruby or Python, like traditionally not very fast backend languages for like data manipulation or other things. But am I really doing data manipulation? The database is doing all that for me. Maybe Hasura is doing some of that. What ends up happening is I just get the data and like pass it on forward again. So is Rust a really great application to use in this case? Probably not. But where it potentially helps is in CPU usage. It's possible that I can write my binaries in such a way that it will use like really low CPU usage, be fast enough that I can use a smaller virtual computer, like a VPS with it. In doing so, I save myself money, and I save like, well, it's just really that's really it. It just saves myself some money. Is Rust gonna be the only language that like could give me that? I don't know. I haven't used Go. Go might give me that too. Hasura rocks. Hello, Viable Clan member. I know Hasura has been a lot of been really cool. I really like it so far. I think like if I could somehow and this is where I want to like see some documentation. Can I dynamically set an API key inside of Hasura? I don't know if I can, but you would generate a jot. Oh wait, so can I do that? Because like the documentation, or maybe I've just not been looking at this right. See, we have a 30-minute that we have a fundamentals course. Okay, best practices. One with no expiry date. I mean, it's not possible. And that's the idea. So Viable Clan member, I don't know if you saw before, but we were like talking about the different security options that we have with this. Now I'm like super new with Hasura still. So I'm this may be assumptions and like about how Hasura works that are incorrect. What I want to be able to do is I would love, absolutely love to be able to say, you know what? Nope, you are going here. Actually, I can basically say, and there. You are going straight to the Postgres database. Like maybe you log in through this API and then you can go straight, oh, sorry, not to the database. To Hasura. That would be wonderful. If I could somehow secure it. Whereas like, okay, you get a key. I guess it would be the opposite, right? It'd be you first. And then you can go straight here. Yes, we can do that. Ooh, okay, so that would be the best. That's gonna be, so that's our next step, right? Is how do I make it so that way I can say, okay, get me this. And you'd have to add a few actions to Hasura, login, register, forgot password, and those need a backend. So that would be this part, right? So like our login, our authentication system would be here. So here, we'll do like an auth server sits here. You use this to log in and get the key. Oh, so I have this backwards. Okay, hold on. Let's try this. So we move this back to here. I need to get rid of some of my arrows again. We'll reset those in a little bit. Actually, you know what I can do? I totally forgot. There's this connection thing that I can do over here. Okay, so my auth server is actually going to be just down here on the same line. Here's our internet line. Public is in here. So you also have a connection down to here. You have to first log in to get the key, but then your requests go with the keys for everything else. Okay, this looks a lot better. I like this a lot more. And then this does like make a little bit, tiny bit more sense to use Rust with it too. Although in the end, an auth server in this case is not going to be that big of a deal. It's like just use whatever you want. It kind of does look like that, doesn't it? I mean, in reality, a lot of the times, and actually, you know what? This is wrong. You are back here. Auth server is not okay. This is what I want. They tell Hasura that public is the default unauthorized role via environment variables. Okay, so let's see if we can like play around with that a little bit. So here we have Hasura. Now my current situation with Hasura is this is just running inside of a Docker container locally. So it's not really that it's not really that interesting. But we have these actions here. So auth server can be on the internet. You can secure via static HTTP header that you input into Hasura actions. Okay, so let's try creating an action and play around with this. This is where a webhook comes in too, isn't it? So do I even need... Do I even need this stuff for you? Our handler is, okay, gonna go to here. Synchronous, asynchronous, I don't know if it matters. Okay, we can forward some client headers for security purposes. Okay, we want synchronous. Timeout, well, we can leave it default. No, we don't have this this API yet. We might have to create one. Sort of like to play around with it. I can also just create one really quickly in Node.js. Because that might be like literally the fastest way to deal with it, to do it. Okay, we're gonna do type mutation, login, username string, password string. Okay, so we have our type mutation, which takes in, okay, so define your action here. So action name is login. And then it takes in these two arguments, right? So arg1 is going to be username, a string, password is a string. Now user login type. So we have to specify a custom type for this too, I guess. So now I don't have one. Here we're specifying the input and the output shape, right? So this is like, okay. Oh, so the action is this login. Okay. User login type. Oh, and the new types definition. So I have to define these types here. So user login type is going to be defined here. And I guess we get this access token back, or JWT token, which is going to be the string. I don't need you. Okay, so technically a bearer token. Like I could just call it token. Comment. So this is going to be authenticates with the login system. So our handler. I don't know where you're going. I don't know how useful this is. We have to figure something out for that. Oh, add login to the end of this. Yes, you're going to go to login. Now, I don't know where you're going. You're inside of a Docker container, so I probably would need to add in an authentication. So we would need to add in a Rust-based authentication application into the into our Docker Compose sort of setup to add another container for that. We do a synchronous, and then a P3000 would sort that out. Yeah. Or a Node.js project. Yeah, any of those would work, right? Let's see, synchronous. I don't need any headers at this moment, but it's nice that I can set that. Oh, and from an environment variable, okay. No custom timeouts. Right. Now, this would probably be, because it's running inside of Docker, I would just be able to give it the host name. So in this case, I might be able to do something like auth, which is very similar to what we have inside of database, which, oh, I guess we can't really see that yet in here anymore. Oh, did I just lose everything? Ah. Oops. Wait, can I just go back? Nope. Oops. But I can't really do anything with it anyways until I have a server to do something with it. Now, it's going to store in, so we're going to get, whip it up in an Express server? Sure, we can do that. Where are we going to do that? Because we need to make sure that this has access to wherever it's going to be. So let's take a look here. We have our Docker Compose file. We have Postgres, we have Hasura. I think that means we're going to need our auth system. So it's going to be like auth essentially. We're probably going to need to have this be like node. So like do image node. I think it's node. We'll have to have ports. Let's just do the 3000. Or I can build from a Docker file. Yeah, that's true too. Let's see. So Hasura, you don't really depend on, but sure, we're gonna make you depend on auth 2. Let's see, what else? we probably want to like do a copy, right? So I want to be able to install this stuff and like program it locally. And then when I build this, it just copies over all of the files inside of here, which would be the best. So I want to be able to do, this is getting kind of like messy inside of here, but whatever. New folder, we're going to do like auth server. And we can do like just a really quick down and dirty Node.js server. So we're just going to create a package.json file in here. There we go. We have a Node project. Let's go into auth server, do an npm install. Oh, viable clan member. Oh no, what happened? I'm sorry about that. Let's see, what link did you share? Have I tried nx.dev? What is nx.dev? I've not heard of it. Is it like an Nginx type forwarding thing? Oh, it helps you whip up a mono repo with ease. Oh, interesting. Yeah, no, I have not tried that at all. I'm going to add that into my to-do list. Check out nx.dev for creating mono repos. I still haven't decided like how much I like or don't like mono repos. Like I go back and forth all the time. All right, so npm install express. I think that's all I need in there. Okay, so we got you. We can create, let's see, inside of auth server, we create a app.js. Let's see, const app equals require express const. Oh, what is it called? It's, oh no, I get express first, and then I do const app equals express dot something. Do I just call it? Oh man, it's been so long since I've done anything like that. No. Man, it's been forever since I've used Express. Then app dot, let's just do get on slash, and then I just want to return, so rec and res, request and result. Yeah, a request and response. I'll do response.json. We're going to return message hello world. App.listen on port 3000. You only take a callback. App.port. Oh, you're right. Okay. I keep on forgetting about that stupid thing. 4 of 6. Yeah, port. So 3000. And then a callback function, which really in this case, we're just going to put in console.log app listening on port 3000. Okay. So let's see if we can get this working. What I want to do is inside of here, we're going to just do node app.js. Don't put that inside of a function call, please. The constol, okay. You know, I need to figure out like the line thing again. It stopped working for me. So there it is. App listening on port 3000. It's now forwarding to this browser. So I should be able to come here and go to localhost 1000. And there we go. Okay, so we have our hello world. Excellent. So now I don't need to create a real JSON token, do I? Like, does it actually require real JSON tokens? Your typos are so much worse when people are watching you. Mine were a lot worse too. I've just gotten better by just real, you know, true practice. Whatever. Speaking is still hard though. I still like don't know how to talk sometimes. Okay, so you have the jot secret in there, obviously, for real. I totally wouldn't do something like jot secret keyboard cat. Okay, so you are this, but I need to do, I think it's copy. Is it copy? Docker compose reference, please. It's copying a Docker file. For some reason, I thought I could do a copy inside of Docker compose too. Oh, I could do a I could do a volume. You can do a volume. I mean, this is just like such a simple basic thing. We're just like doing a proof of concept. So we're gonna do volumes. Volumes type volume. Oh, and then we can do the short syntax. Okay, so we'll do something like this. So volumes. And then where is it going to go? Post path, container path. Okay, so post path is going to be this, what did it call it? Auth server. Auth server, I want you to go to, we'll just go to auth server. How about that? So auth server, like that. I think that will set things up for me. We have the ports open, we have that, and then we need a command. Our command is going to be node. Do I have to use quotes? I don't remember. No. Oh, do I have to do a work directory? Ugh. This may or may not work. Command is going to be node slash auth server app.js. That's what I want it to run on. Okay, so I'm gonna quit you, head back up to you, and let's rebuild this and see whether or not we get a running server. To change things up just slightly to make sure that they're running the way we expect it to, I'm gonna now make this be hello world from a container. So, oh, no. You have to be down first. Now we can go up. All right, so we have a new application running on port 3000. I should be able to go and see that now here. Hello world from the container. Okay, excellent. So this also should mean, well, it shouldn't necessarily mean that. If I make a change to that, that's not going to change anything because the app is still running. I changed the disk drive, but not the thing in memory. So it's not super optimal. I have to like reboot the entire thing every time we make a change. I don't think I can do like a run. Maybe something that we can do. What is the what's the thing that we use for auto restarting whenever a file changes? I did so much node programming in a while. It's been like a year and a half since I've done any, like, actually maybe like 3 years now. Nodemon, that's what it was. Nodemon. npm install nodemon. Now, back to you. First of all, let's take you down. Okay. So I want your command to now be npx. Oh, I don't know if this is going to work. So npx auth server. No, it's going to be nodemon. Ooh, this is not. Actually, npx will auto install it if necessary. So my install probably won't work because it's not going to use npx from auth server. It's going to use npx from whatever I am when I run this command, I believe. So, but this should launch it and relaunch it every time it changes, I think. So let's bring this back up again. Wait, npx now has a why no prompt? What? Why do they do that? Okay, so here we are. Are you sitting here asking safety? Where is this? Auth 1. Okay. The following package was not found and will be installed. Database. Oh, okay. Okay. And now, if I make a change to you, so we're going to come back to app.js and we're going to say, hi there. No, we're going to say, hi there. Well, it doesn't like that. So hitting refresh just gives me the hello world from container. Even a hard refresh doesn't really give me anything new. However, it's like working but not working, so it's not seeing the file change, which is unfortunate. I suppose what we can do for just temporary things, just to get this working. Oh, restarting due to changes. It sees the changes but is not. Oh, there's a delay on that. Okay, that's a thing. Okay, we can now program in there and we're getting it. So let's now add in the token key. So we're gonna create a new route in here for handling authentication. Now, I just want to let you know before I build this that this is clearly going to be the most secure possible application. This is like enterprise ready. It's going to be as ready as enterprise. What is that project called? Enterprise FizzBuzz. Like the most possible ready. Line 8 missing. Oh, it added this in here. Interesting. I didn't need that. I'm basically, yeah, we can do that. It still seems to work. Okay, so app.post. So we're gonna call this login route. We're gonna get a rec and a request, a result, response. Okay, so we get. Can I just grab the username and login? Maybe I don't care. Oh, the console log was executing before the listen was called. That's what it was. It happens at compile time. Yeah, got it. Okay. What do I want to do here? I want to get like the actual. I want to see the username and password out. But I can't remember. Isn't there something we have to do to get the body? Like I don't think I can do something like const. Username password equals rec.body without doing something more, I think. Wait, Hasura has codegen? What? Wait, what? But that would be getting it from here. Hasura wouldn't give me the server side code, would it? So wait a second. That's the receive, but I need the receive. Okay, hold on. So let's imagine that I do this, and then I want to do a, I want to just respond, right? So rest.json, and we're gonna just respond. We're gonna mirror out. So username and password. We're just gonna give you right back. Save that action first. I've already lost that action. It's been reset to like the basic one again. Oops. So let's create this again. So we're gonna call this login. Arg1 is gonna be username. You're gonna be a string. Password is gonna be a string. Sample output is gonna be a login. Tigrizga. Hello, good morning. technically still morning for me. I know, I've been getting gray hairs a lot. Can call you Tiger? Well, hello, Tiger. Yeah, I've been getting a lot more. It's the ultra bright. I wish I could say it really was just that, but unfortunately, it's not. I know. It's a lot of you are not in my time zone, and I totally understand that, but we're still going by my time, so it's morning. Okay, so mutation. We're doing a login. We're doing that. Now output. So this is going to be type. Type login output? No. You're going to be type auth output. In this case, we're first going to just do the mirror part, right? So this is going to be the mirror. Oh wait, no. I can still in string. So this is going to be username string password string. So that's what we're going to get. Not going to grab you. So comment auth, the best auth ever. Handler. Okay, so you are going to auth port 3000, synchronous, no need to forward any headers, create. Oh. Inconsistent object in action login, the type auth output. Oh, yes. Rename you. Great. Metadata is out of date. What? Oh no. Yes, fetch. Great. Cool. I've created the action. We've reset all the stuff. That's why we need to do all that stuff. Yep, I'm in the mountain time is where I am in. CodeGen tab is now showing. Oh. Hey, well, look at this. Oh, this is pretty cool. So app.post to login. Const, okay. Interesting. Request.body.input. And then whatever we want to do in that. It's 95%. I missed this input. I missed the input. That's the only thing. So rec.body.input. So what I want to do is hit this. I have this Thunder client here. What I can do is a post to localhost 3000. We're gonna do a body JSON username. Let's just say your username is hello. Password is world. Okay, so if I send you connection refused by server by 3000, that's not what I wanted. You are a post. So post to to /login. Refused by server. Are you not running? Did I? auth1 exited with the code 134. Oh no. Well, that's not great. So I think maybe I can do docker compose exec to auth bin bash. Docker dash it exec auth bin bash. Oh, IT happens after the exec, I think. No such container. Oh, is it auth1? I think it's auth1. Docker PS. Oh, you stopped. That's why. You completely stopped. So we have to reset you again, but I lose it. Yeah, it totally crashed. I'm trying to like get back in there so I can run it, but we have to do docker ps-a. Oh, okay. This is the full name. That's cool. So, okay. Docker exec it name bin bash. Oh, start first. So docker start you. Yes, I know. Just get me in there. Next time it crashes, we can then just manually restart this again. But I think it's running now. So or not. I got what? Wait, go away. Preview. Oh, cannot read properties of undefined reading input. Oh, okay. So no, that was it doesn't know what this is. So if I save that, now I bet that you've completely crashed now, right? No, it hasn't. Okay. Interesting. Look how many times it restarts. Should probably not do. Oh, do I need body parser? I remember that from a really long time ago, but I guess I can't grab it without using body parser, right? It's like if I run you again. It's undefined. Okay, makes a lot of sense. So, what do we need to do? We need to come in here. We need to do a exit, npm install body parser. Then inside of here, const body parser equals require body parser. Okay, cool. And then app.use body parser.json. We do that before. So app.use body parser.json. It's a function. Okay, then I think the body works. Instead of running auth inside of Docker, you can change the action URL to postal docker.internal 2000, log in and run the Node.js locally. Oh, wait, really? I did not know that. So I didn't know I can get outside of the app and run that way. That could be interesting. Oh, that works on Windows and Mac only. I'm in a code space, which is Linux. So then that won't work. So I'm in a code space. So I'm running on a VPS on Azure because it's on GitHub's servers. So yeah, it's not going to work then if it only works on Windows and Mac. But that's good to know. Like get pot a bit? I think so. I think so. And I got in through the beta, so it's free, so I'm not having to pay for it. But like you can see, it's decently fast and got like a good amount of memory for what I'm trying to do with it. Oh, extra hosts. I can add in extra. Oh, okay. Maybe. Let's see if we can get this working here. So. Yeah, NodeMount is really unhappy that I'm doing this to it. It's super unhappy. Okay, it finally came back up. So now, here we go. I got this information back. Perfect. Okay, so back to you. Now that we know that we're able to get the information out of the body, what I want, I should be able to now get this back out, right? So can I go to the API? Oh, now the API, I now need to come back to this and track all this stuff again. Now, actions, we have this login action. Okay. We have all these roles. Can I hit this action through the API? I don't, how do I hit this now? Is there an action in here? No, I don't see. Oh, it's a mutation. It's a mutation. There it is. Here's our login. Okay, so we're going to give a password, a username, and then I want to get the password and username back. So username is test from Hasura. Well, it didn't like that. It's a mutation because typically you change some fields in database like last logged in and failed attempts. Right, exactly. Oh, and I'm probably like creating a token and maybe storing that in a database too, potentially. Well, it didn't like that. Now, did you cause you to fail? No. Okay, that was just Hasura. Nothing happened on the server side. So what did I get back? Okay, so just auth. Now, hostname just auth. Server does not exist. Now, if we take a look at what we got here set up, manage. Great. If we take a look at what we put into the Docker Compose file for Hasura, we just said, just go to database. So it's sort of like that. Did I put in the wrong thing inside of the action? No, auth right there. Oh, auth login. Okay, we can try you again, maybe? No. Called with just auth. Oh, it doesn't like that. Does it need HTTP? I think it does. I think it doesn't like me to just have like a single word in here. Oh, because it's doing something like that. It might, well, because like this is from a Docker to a Docker. Oh, hold on. This should be something we can figure out with a good old, let's see, Docker compose, Docker compose PS. Okay. So we have, here's this Hasura one. Oh, wait. Why does auth1 not have any ports? Because it exited. That's why. Docker compose start you again. No such service? Oh, come on. Docker start. Okay. Yeah, I know. You drop node mod? Yeah, probably good idea. Let's see. I want to go into Docker start exploring Hasura, Postgres Auth 1. That's fine. Okay, so Postgres Auth 1, and then I want it. Oh, right, I want to go into Hasura now. So this is gonna be Hasura 1. No, I don't want to start. You already started. I want exec. Exec. Take me to the end. And then /bin bash. Do I have to do like the IT on Docker compose? Do I have to do the IT too? No? I can't remember how to get in using Docker compose. I guess I'll just do the Docker. Docker exec t. Then it's this entire thing, which in bash. Okay, there we go. So question here is, if I do host auth, ping auth. How do I see what the, okay, etc host file maybe? Cat / etc hosts. Doesn't show the other ones, so that's not what I want. Oh, I can do curl. Apt install curl. Apt wget. Do I have wget? Of course not. It's a Docker container. I don't have anything. Welcome back. Wait, Tigra? What was it you suggested? I already forgot. Tiger. Welcome back, Tiger. Yeah, I have to do an apt update first. Okay, so apt install curl. Yes. Okay, so now I'm gonna do curl. I don't know if I need to do anything besides like auth. Curl HTTP auth. That's our problem. Now, it clearly can access the database, right? So that is a much better. That is much better. Okay, so we have auth here. What am I doing differently? So database, I am not telling it. We have ports. Oh shit. Do I need to put quotes around this? Is that my problem? Let's also not do this. Let's see. What do I want to do for this command? It's like have just like node sitting here. Oh, node auth server. Okay, so we could do node auth server. Well, that's gonna start at one. Oh yeah, okay, we'll do that. So auth server, I think it's app.js. Okay. And then I can come back and like restart it. I don't know how to restart it. Like that one. Well, that's a future problem. Future me is gonna have to deal with that in like 10 minutes. Docker compose restart. Ooh, okay. So I wonder. I think we have to do it down and up, right? I don't think I can do a restart here. So. What programming language is in this? So we've got a couple different programming languages going on right now. What you've probably been seeing since you came back is Docker Compose. So Docker Compose has a whole bunch of like really, it has its own sort of like language. It's not really a language, it's like a configuration file. All right, so we have port 8080 and we have port 3000 sitting here. Would you call it a DSL? No, I probably would call it just more of like a configuration file that you describe what you want to have do it, what you want it to do, and then it does it for you. There's not really any programming for it. It's more like, yeah, it's just configuration. So if you're not familiar, are you familiar with Docker? Or actually, curiosity, how many of you are familiar with Docker / not familiar with Docker? Newcomers call it magic. Yes, it is magic. Everything is magic. All right, so here we are with this. We're running, which means I should be able to come back to our browser and there's our hi there. It's working. Okay, perfect. Tiger, you're not familiar. Chantilly, hello. You're not familiar. Viable clan member has always been familiar. You love Docker so much. You have Kubernetes on top of Docker, inside your VM, inside your cloud. Of course. You know what's really interesting, because I read that Kubernetes either has already or is going to be moving away from Docker, which seems so interesting because like they kind of got a big name because of Docker, and now they're like, nah, we're not doing that anymore. So I don't know. I like Docker a lot. It's one of my favorite tricks. Also, shocker is Docker can't be used at orgs that have over 10 million turnover. Like 10 million, wait, what? 10 million what? Oh, you know what? I've been not paying attention to like all the drama. Like I've heard that there is drama with like Docker and all that stuff, but I've just not been dealing with it. Okay, so we're gonna have to restart this every time we make a change to it. But now that we've rebuilt everything, we have to come back into Hasura, and I wish that these were together, but they're not. So I'm gonna do a refresh. Okay, so first of all, data, save, track all of these items, track, actions. Yeah, we have to recreate this action, so this is gonna be fine. Action name is gonna be a login. Gonna take, now what's interesting here is we can just take here, arg1, this is gonna be sort of like username and password, like info, which is this username and password, and we're going to give the sample output, which is in this case, let's do a different one here. Type mirror. So we're gonna have a, actually, wait. Oh, I can't do that. So, user. Okay. Type is mirror. Okay, so comment handler. Okay, so I want you to be, no, we need to double. I don't want it to be a, is it a tuple in here? I guess it kind of is. This is like their suggestion. We can also just do, I don't need to do that. Here, we'll just do it right. We'll do it the right way. Username, string, password, string. Okay. Then mirror is what we're getting back. And then we'll change this to be like the actual code once I successfully get something back from it. Now you should be auth 3000 login. Synchronous, do all that stuff, create API, mutation, login, those things, give me these back. So A, B, run. Unexpected response. We got express, X powered by, value, what? Oh, look at this. It did put it into input. It put it into input. Put it into input. So what does that mean? So their entire thing was correct. This is going to be rec.body.input. Let's go ahead. We're going to return that there. By changing this, we also need to come back down to here, and we're going to do a docker compose. Okay, so docker compose restart auth, I think. Okay, listening. It's working. All right, so back to you again. There we go. And we got our A and B back out of here. All right, so now I want to set up this. Okay, this has been like half an hour plus. Thank you, Viable Clan member, for helping out with this. So the idea now is that I want to return some kind of token, right? Some kind of like bearer token. So let's just imagine that our bearer token is going to be like the combination of these two things together, right? So what if I have like token is going to be this is, by the way, more great ideas, like the best possible authentication system in the world. Our token is literally just combining username and password together. No hackers. Oh, do I actually have to have a real token? JSON web token. Oh, fine. I'll create a real token. So npm install JSON web token. Okay. We'll require this. I keep on misspelling const in that very specific way. Now our token is going to be generated by this. So we're going to do JSON web token. I want to create a new one. Is it like just new? Decode, sign, and verify. I don't want, oh yeah, because we're going to verify that it's coming back in. Okay, so we're just going to sign. Okay, so we're going to sign, and from this we take in a string. So in this case, this super great system. No, it has to be like, it has to be, what is it called? Consistent. So like what, because Express is stateless, meaning that every time it runs, it sort of like resets everything, doesn't remember anything. So therefore, we're going to set the most awesome token possible. So this is going to be our JSON token secret. It's going to be equal to process.env dot JSON token secret. However, if we can't find that for some reason, because like I'm not setting it up, we're going to use keyboard cat. So yeah, that's what it's going to be. So sign takes a payload. Now, I don't know if I actually care about the payload in this case. I just care that they have this JSON web token and that they're that. Now, payload in the future, maybe I'll put in something that allows me to determine like their, no. Yeah, I guess the payload would be username. But I don't know. Yeah, okay. username. Let's see. Then secret or private key. So this is gonna be the JSON token secret. And then options. I don't think I need options. It's optional anyways. So I'm gonna return that back. Okay, so we restart our auth, and we're gonna go prepare our Hasura to do a proper login, but we need to update our action because we're now returning not a mirror anymore. Now we were returning an actual auth token. So like auth token, which is gonna be an object with token and string. Okay, so keep you updated. So save. Back to you. So A and B. We're no longer getting this. Now we're getting this token. So run, and here's our token. So I'm going to take you, and I need to not forget this. So I'm going to copy you, and just because, again, the best possible security here. There you go. Store it away in case I want to use it again. Donut time. Woo. Okay. What do I want to do? I want to now authenticate a route. So let's say I want to get items. In order to get the items, I need to use this token. How do I set that up? Oh, add your JSON secret to Hasura and the Docker Compose. Oh, really? Let's go to hub.docker.com to find out what environment variable it's looking for. Or not. Okay. Is it the GraphQL admin secret that I'm setting it to? Or is there another one? Is there a different secret? Oh, okay, so wait. It is that secret. Because then we're going to go into data. I guess it would be permissions. Oh, for what role we're going to get. Okay. So in nice is that this is, oh, it's super password. Oh, it's super password, not keyboard cat. Oh, I wasn't consistent. Okay. KKK. They're different. Okay. What is, so in my Docker file, I guess like what environment variable do I need to set it to? Because I don't really know what to call it. I'm sure it's like Hasura GraphQL something, or is it this admin secret? Like what is this? Is it going to be the admin secret? And where do I find that? Because like Docker Hub doesn't have this one that I want. So does that mean somewhere in docs? JWT secret. So if, auth using JWT. Oh, there's auth using webhooks too. Auth using JWT. You can enable JWT mode by using the data or Hasura GraphQL JWT secret environment variable. Okay. Wait, do I have to set this to be a JSON object? Yes. Oh, gross. Oh, this is... Oh. Wait, how do I do that in Docker Compose? Is it a stringified? So I have to do something like... Oh, girl. Oh, no. No. Okay. Oh. Ah. So what is it called? What's a web app? You only need two, type and key. Oh, really? Okay, I only need these. Oh, these are all... Interesting, okay. So... Okay, I put that up there just so I can read it easier. So we're gonna do... Wait, do I have to backslash the object openings? I don't think so, right? So it's gonna be, oh, that. Wait, I can do this. I can do this. Okay. You're gonna be type. No, I can't do that. Optional type of key. String. What is this? Key. In the case of symmetric key, in the case of asymmetric key, this is an optional field. You can also provide a URL to fetch JWKs. Oh, like HMAC, RSA, EDSA. What? HS256? Oh. Okay. Boom. Okay. Then I want key. Key is... Oh wait, no, that's the key. What's the type? Oh, type is that, and then the key is going to be the actual thing. Key is keyboard cat. Okay. Maybe. Okay, so don't save. So we have our actions still. We have our login. This is all working. Now permissions. I guess like this is still fine, right? So I guess we go into data. I want to go into like, let's say just stores, right? I want to listing the stores requires this. So I'm in data, permissions, enter a new role. I don't know. Our role is like, you're a user and you can okay. Role user without any checks, with custom check. Without any. Okay. Column select permissions, allow user to, okay, get the ID and the name. For relationships, set permissions for the corresponding, okay, so aggregate, sure, you can make aggregate. Let's see, what is this? This is on stores. So apply it for items. Select. Fine. No. No. What did I do wrong? Oh, those checks are for, wait, multi-tenancy. Wait, what? Okay, hold on. Close. Let's start it again. User. No access without any checks. Okay, so user can get this. But how does it know what that is? Is it going to send a request somewhere? Next, you need to add a user role to your express jot. Oh, to the jot itself. Oh, to the jot itself. Oh, ooh. So does that mean? So I need to do something like this. We have sign username. Do I have to do something like sign it with a role inside? Like role user? Oh no. Viable clan member. Yeah, hold on. Give me 1 second. I need to do something. Give me access. Be viable clan member. Okay. I am so sorry, viable clan member. I just made you a VIP, which means you can now post links. So sorry that Nightbot caught you again. Hasura jot claims is the key. Oh, instead of role, it's claims. Claims. And what you're saying is that if I went here, here, there's something in here probably for claims. The jot must contain a custom name specific claims. Wait, can you give me, okay, so examples. Oh, I need to like, literally do that. Oh. Yeah. So I need to give it this. Now, Hasura.io, is it really going to be Hasura.io, or is it going to be like localhost in this case? So you are going to be, come on, boom. So that, then inside of there is an object, which then you're going to have roles. Oh, and a default role, and okay, cool. So boom. So then that's an array of user. Okay. So if I save you and restart you, I wonder now. Oh, do I have to give it the default one too? I wonder if it's going to yell at me. So let's come back to here, and I guess first we have to rerun this. So API, we're going to log in again. So we get back our token. Here you are. Now I want to, we put in our data, it was items. Yeah, so items and stores. Okay, we have a user can select, and that's it. Now, can I do that here? So in items, get me the ID and the name, but, oh, I can't, I'm gonna have to do this through Thunder Client here. So do a post, headers, I'm gonna do, I think it's authentication, authorization, bear that. Auth is going to be GraphQL. The query is going to be this. Oh, come on. Make it smaller. Okay. Query is going to be that. And then I think that's going to work. Oh, wait, no, I kind of need to tell it where to go. You are going to go to here. And you can also test like this inside of Hasura UI. Oh, really? How do I do that test? Because I thought I looked for, and I couldn't see like anything inside of here that would let me throw in like the user information. Remove the admin secret from the list. Oh, and then it would be like authorization. Bear. Oh, it's so admin secret access key. So it's not, okay, it's access key. Still doesn't like it. Invalid X admin secret X Hasura access key. Still doesn't like it though. Or do I have to do like... Oh, do I have to do this one first? Oh, I can't even do that. Oh, authorization. So I guess I'm confused. Like, why? So what does it want this to be then? Like, it can't just be nothing? Can it be nothing? Oh my gosh, stop yelling at me. Still doesn't like that. Okay. Can't do either of those. My overlay missed a line from chat or something? Authorization. Oh, that's too bad. I'm not looking at that one from reading chat. I'm reading like real chat. So let's see. No, I can't execute it. I'm still getting this invalid. So we're closer. We're a lot closer. But it doesn't like this. Focus inside. Okay. So if I like highlight this, I still get the same thing, unfortunately. Now, for login, I may have, go back to actions, permissions. Okay, user. Okay, so user, you're allowed to log in. But you don't like that either. Untick access key. So really upset about that though. X Hasura admin secret, X Hasura access key required but not found. Okay, so do I need you and you? But I just don't set you to any values. Nah, it doesn't like this either. I think. Also, if I just do this and do, yeah, regardless, it doesn't like it. I'm thinking I might have to go through this sort of like course that they have, because they have like tutorials. Or Now this isn't even sending it. Tiger, thank you so much for hanging out, and have a happy lurk. Did I restart Hasura? I thought I did. Unless, of course, it doesn't need to be restarted, but like something else. But let's go ahead and try restarting again. You didn't see me execute your query. Okay, so let's try that. So we'll start with nothing clicked. There, like just, I want to do my mutation first. And we get this X Hasura. Doesn't like that. Now, if I put in this authorization, and I try a my query, I get the same exact thing. We haven't configured login properly. So in actions for login, we have permissions, user can do a login. Now, do I have to do relationships for it? That doesn't, I don't think so. Does this have to be keyboard cat? I don't know what you are. Go away. Okay. So we don't have you. We have our access key, X Hasura access key, okay? We have this bearer token, so we're going to start with you. Hold on. Let's go back to you. We do our mutation and we get a new token. Then I take off our secret. Maybe you become like an unknown one. Enable introspection for user role, which should fix that error in top right. For what? Where do I do that? In data? Data. So I don't see a security. You say security. I don't see a security section. Just the permissions. All right, okay. So for items, we have user, select, for stores, we have select. Okay, so you can now look at items and stores. Also, introspection. I don't see that anywhere. Did I miss that? I don't know where that would be. Yeah, so interesting. I don't know. And unless it's like it's in config. I don't know where to find this, because like in data, I can manage the database. I don't see anything like anything for these permissions in here. Just a permission summary. That doesn't really. There's no introspection in here either. I wonder if they like if it's changed. Anyways, I'm thinking like there's something that we're missing something. There's like something really small, I'm sure. But I'm gonna probably have to figure this out next time. It's not partial access either that we've set it to. Action select. For relationship, set permissions for the corresponding you. Okay, stores. Here's my JOT token. It's possible they signed in with the wrong algorithm too. Yeah, that's absolutely possible. So if we take this, copy you, what is that? jwt.io. No, it is this HS256. Type. Oh, come on. Okay, algorithm and type JWT. Oh, but no default role. Oh, you're right. That might be it. What was it? It was, where's the list? Okay, so we're going to create a user. There. Let's restart auth. Okay, so back to here. I think I have to re-enable you because I can't do a mutation with this. So hold on. Let's re-enable you. Do this mutation to get a new token. Save that. Get a bear that thing. If I take you off and you off, and I now do a query, that doesn't work anymore. If I turn you back on, but then I do the query through you, so let's actually not do authorization this way. Do auth bearer. Bearer token is you. Body, we're going to do our query. Okay, so we're going to grab the items. Then we need to update you. I send. Okay, so X Hasura admin secret, X Hasura access key required, but not found. Is that a header? That's not the header it cares about. Well, so that's back to like just allowing this access key, which isn't helpful. Oh, because I added this in. Hold on. No, okay. It's yelling at us about it. So I don't know. My brain's starting to feel like mush though. So it's like it's hard for me to like to debug this right now. I think we're gonna have to continue this next week. I feel like we're really close. It's authorization or X Hasura admin secret, but for some reason it's like requiring that, unless it's like something like the Docker Compose is. I wonder if it's because this exists. And if I took you out. Then you have to do something else. And I wonder if it's also like my secret here is not built correctly. Yeah, maybe it needs to be escaped properly. So I'm still in here. Still requiring that. Viable clan member, I am probably gonna have to head out before you're back with your food. So thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Let's see, what else can we try? We can try escaping this properly. Add escapes to all of these. I don't know, like I think we're gonna have to look through the documentation properly and like actually find out how to set this up. Because this isn't working, unfortunately. If I take you out, you're upset because of this entire thing. Well, but that's an introspection. And if I wanted this mutation for like login to work for anyone, that's almost like I want this to be doable by anyone. So like anyone. Now, how do I set permissions for anyone that like you don't need a key? That seems rough. So we did see that there is this entire big document on authentication using Jot. I think what we need to do is just go through this and try it out. But as I mentioned, unfortunately, I do have, I just can't really do this right now. I think there's a lot of misconfigurations that we have. We're really close. Like we don't have this boolean public key. We don't have like a bunch of this stuff. So we're gonna have to do this all stuff next time. So I'm gonna take that. Let's go into our app. We need to get this working by looking at the Hasura documentation. Boom. Okay, so we'll take a look at this next time and we'll just follow through with it and see if we can get that up and going. Until then, it's about 1 o'clock, so I need to go grab myself some food. Thank you, Viable Clan member. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out with me today, taking a look at GraphQL and Rust. It's been really interesting to sort of like use the mutations with Rust and then trying to get this like authentication stuff going. Once I get this going with Node.js, I think we can try doing the same thing, but with maybe like a Rocket API in Rust. And then we can sort of like start thinking about how we can integrate this into like a full app. Because so far I've been happy with Hasura. This little thing, it's just me not understanding how to do it properly. But it'll be good once we get it set up. Okay, everybody, sorry for having to leave so quickly, but I am starving. So have a great rest of your day. See you next time. Bye.